stop this, you can't stop this. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. I had a dream, and now I live it. I need a gift to know it's God-given. I'm not gonna waste it. Stop wasting your breath.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Welcome, your 2025 Minnesota Vikings.
Visitor's sideline, a look at the head coach of the Falcons. His guys got the season started on the right foot, a home victory in the season opener. On the other sideline, it is the Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. His guys, on the other hand, couldn't pull one out last week in the opener, so they're looking for their first win at home here in Week 2. We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. Isaiah McKenzie now to return. And he's stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback. This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They're going to put a man in motion to the right. On 2nd down, it's Dak. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play for Minnesota, and even 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
2nd down at the 43-yard line.
On the play fake, Dak. This one complete to Palmer. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Open man, right side, he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
First down.
Dak will give this one to Pollard. And he's able to fight through one tackle here. Pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
From the shotgun, it's down. A quick slant to Flowers. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. There's a surprise here. Fair Barron's hit is good. Falcons will take a 3-0 lead.
They did a lot of good things on this opening drive. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Falcons set to take over here on offense. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike. But outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I'll tell you what, I really like their chances.
You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, it's Henderson, and he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
So this time they're trying to use the run game to attack the boundary side of the field, and the defense is really fast in their pursuit. Really nice effort there from the backside, and they're able to bring him down this time for a loss.
3rd and 11. Now, Sanders. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, Atlanta.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Falcons.
They'll run. It's Henderson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now here's a keeper on his own read. And he pitches it. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down. Because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass. And that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
On 3rd down, Sanders. He'll complete that to his fullback. And he's in! Kyle Juszczyk, touchdown Falcons. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure. And when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity, and quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and They give up a big touchdown.
The kick is good. Makes the score Falcons 7, Vikings 3.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get going with their second possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. When you play a tight game and lose, it kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Leo Chenal. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Prescott from the gun on third down. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down.
Dixon in punt formation.
To return, it is Turpin. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Falcons offense ready to take over for their second possession. So, Greg, this offense comes on the road here in week 2. Look, road games are so hard in the NFL, but it's nice to hit the road coming off a win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's amazing how winning creates more winning. It kind of has an ability to kind of build on itself. It's a snowball effect. So when you're winning, you're feeling good, everything works. And all of a sudden, you start losing, and you start questioning everything about your approach. So the key in the NFL is win or lose, you're on to the next game. And it's the team's ability to start fresh every single week, regardless of the previous week's outcome. Those are the teams that find themselves in position of the playoffs down the stretch.
The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2. They've got it second down and 6 to begin.
Let's go now. Look at my team.
They go play action now with Sanders. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here we go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's complete to Cavante Turpin. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on third down.
So he gets on the board, first catch of his career. I can promise you he's going to hang on to that ball. Now, it wasn't the flashiest of plays, but just try to get him comfortable and try to settle him into this game.
Eagles! Fix the Eagles! Hurt, hurt! Go!
We'll try and run for the first with Judkins. Oh, the defense beats him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up fourth down.
That's going to be blocked.
In this situation, Mike, every coach on the sideline is yelling, watch the ball, watch the ball. So this is a gutsy move defensively to sell out and go for that. Block. Remember, if he times this jump wrong, that's a first down.
Metcalf, the motion man. On the give, it's Pollard. And it'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Push this one downfield, looking for Schultz. And he's into the end zone. Dalton Schultz, touchdown Minnesota. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Vikings are on top. It's now 10-7. Kicks away. On the return is Trey Palmer. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division, yet people overlook it at times, and maybe they've overlooked how good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike, you think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with Brady, and then Atlanta, they make a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan, and New Orleans, and obviously the success they had with Drew Brees. And Carolina, we played in a Super Bowl. I mean, this was a division you didn't want to play. Now, they've all fallen on their resets, new coaches, new quarterbacks. Tampa Bay has done the best job weathering and taking advantage of their rebuild and their next era in the midst of a down division. So, big reason they've won 4 in a row. Can Atlanta, can Carolina, New Orleans, can they catch up? Because right now, like you said, Tampa Bay has been the dominant team in this division.
Greg, you lived it, you know it. While these may not be the biggest markets in the league, the rivalries amongst these teams really elevates what you see when you watch the NFC South go head-to-head, too.
Yeah, and over the years, there's been some major games played between Hall of Fame quarterbacks in uniform for all these teams. So it has a lot more history and a lot more, kind of relevance than maybe it feels as of late. The markets are a little smaller. The teams have been down. They might not have the premier star players that they had in past generations. So they've got to continue to rebuild these rosters, continue to have these new coaches find their footing. And, we might be a year or two away from the NFC South getting back to what it used to be.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2.
2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
Slot man in motion right. 2nd down, Prescott. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
It's a loss of 3.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He's going to air this one out. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release. The draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind. Interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
You know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. And Cam Ward goes #1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, Mike, I think you look at Ashton Genty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's been over with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back, under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day 1, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. But if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year.
On play action, Shador exiting the pocket right. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Ready? 60 by 6.
On 2nd down, here's Henderson. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Shaq Thompson comes up with the tackle.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Again, it's Henderson. This will not do the trick. They stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up. On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Falcons will tie this game up here late in the first half. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Prescott now. Open man, that's Flowers. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
The shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll go right back to Flowers. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Throwing now, Sanders on 1st down. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
He was covered by Kyer Elo.
On 2nd down, Sanders. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard.
19 tight, 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Mustang 19.
From the gun, it's Sanders. He's got a man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 50, trap 50. Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer.
Sanders going to throw again. He's hit as he throws. He throws to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Let's go now. Viking 18.
Again, it's Sanders. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter.
set to kick off.
Palmer now to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and
The Falcons offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Where even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime. Touchdown Atlanta. For Judkins, he was so effective in college. 50 total TDs at Ohio State and Ole Miss, but that is first in the NFL.
His kick is good. Makes the score Falcons 17, Vikings 10.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Vikings offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Greg, the NFC North has become such a fun division over the last few years. Think of the geography and the legacy. It's always been because of the proximity of fun division with great rivalries. But with almost all the teams playing well, save the Bears over the last few years, it's almost heightened the awareness of how good the NFC North can be.
Yeah, I think going into the season, I'd make the argument it's the best division in football. And I think when the worst team, I know they were 5-12 with the Chicago Bears, but to me, there's a lot of wins built in there. Now they bring in Ben Johnson. They continue to build around Caleb Williams. That feels like there's a lot more wins built into that 5-12 record if they just get themselves organized and get some pieces around Caleb Williams. And that's what they've done. So, yes, Detroit and Minnesota, Green Bay, they've clearly been the top three for the last couple years. But if Chicago and that roster, if that's your fourth best team in your division, man, I'll tell you what, those are going to be some really competitive division games this year.
And I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the length of the franchises. But when these divisions go head-to-head, there always is a legacy feel that just is additive to the anticipation of those matchups.
Yeah, I mean, every one of these franchises has significant history for a lot of different reasons. They have Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame coaches. Some of the most iconic individuals in the history of the league have played for these four organizations over the last 50-plus years. So there's so much into it, more than just the matchup on the field in that moment. And you can feel it with how much the fan bases rally behind their team.
On play action, here's Dak. Open is the tight end Rucker. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Now, Prescott. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
They'll run for it, and it's Pollard. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. They turn it over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They go play action with Sanders. Downfield, there's the veteran Ertz. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
Let's go.
Now the man out of Alabama, it's Chase McClellan.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
At the 29-yard line.
Play action. It's Sanders. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Let's go. 19 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
To throw is Sanders. That's into the hands of Turpin. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run with McClellan. And he's in. Chase McClellan. Touchdown, Falcons.
That's a heck of a run right there. And I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back. And you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
On the return, it's McKenzie. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the Passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7-0 outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags. They'll also play in London week 6 and 7. The Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon, where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season. Looking to squeeze into a crease somewhere. Did not break the plane. They're going to mark them short.
I understand the call here, Mike. You find yourself in a 4th and short. You have a play on that call sheet that you feel great all week about, but it's the defense that comes up huge with a big stop and now sets their offense up with a short field.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Evan Williams is there for the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 6.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On the ground, here is Henderson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 15. It's good for a Falcon first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
On first down, they go back to Henderson. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Dragon 60. Ready? 18. Lightning 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Here's Sanders to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
On 3rd down, Sanders. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the ground, it's Pollard. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Now Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Derek Brown. He had 2 sacks in the opener. Give him 1 more here in week 2.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He'll look for Flowers downfield. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. You find yourself down big, it's the 4th quarter, there's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Falcons offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And it would appear they are on their way to a 2-0 start as they begin things here with 1st and 10 in this 4th quarter. Not much there, maybe a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. A run, and this is Henderson. just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him, and I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On the give, it's Judkins. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Let's go. Ready.
Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. And that one bounces off the crossbar, but it goes in. It's good. And the Falcons add on to their lead.
Man, Mike, I'll tell you, halfway there, I thought that ball was going to run out of steam. He ended up needing a little bit of help from that crossbar in the end, but he got it. When it's on target, you give yourself a chance, and boy, did he deliver.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Prescott. The throw on the run is complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
17 yards. That's good for a Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
No play action. It's Prescott. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 47.
On the play fake. Dak. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 5.
They'll throw again. Dak. Open man, right side. He's got it. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Behind the line of
They'll
scrimmage.
try again here. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the Falcons' 37-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's caught right side. The tight end Schultz. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up
On 3rd down, Prescott. In the middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Operating from the gun, here's Dak.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses.
It is brought in the end zone. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Vikings. They're very good on the point after. The Vikings are able to cut into the deficit. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
On the handoff, Judkins. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
Second and 10. At the 41-yard line.
They run straight ahead with Henderson. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Once more, it's Henderson. He'll be taken down well short of the first down. Gain of about 4. And brings up fourth down. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. And that one bounces off the crossbar, but it goes in. It's good. And the Falcons will extend their lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Up in the middle, it's Henderson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. A good spot here, second and a yard. They'll run, it's Henderson. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough, first down.
At the 14-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Atlanta.
On the ground, Judkins. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.